and what us vintage Leafs fans know, all right, is games like this one, you just get that feeling that it's gonna be talked about. No matter what happens, there's gonna be some sort of negative side to this game, win or lose. There's gonna be something that the people that want to whine are gonna grip onto or hang on to or whatever else. So you just kind of you saw it developing that way early on in the game, and it was just kind of like, oh, this is gonna be a tough one. And I had a meme idea just in case we actually did lose that game big time. I was ready to go. I had one that would have really made fun of myself more than anybody. So I was ready to go for it, but it didn't need to be done. It didn't need to get made. All right, it's bad luck to make a losing meme before you've lost the game, so I didn't do it. And they hung on, and they came away with a huge W. I know it's not huge in terms of like Detroit being a huge team or whatever else like that, but 2-goal leads twice, right? Detroit let it slip, and no one's gonna care. No one's gonna talk about it for days. No one's gonna accredit that to being the way Detroit plays hockey. Nobody's gonna do it. Nobody's gonna do it. They'll talk about it a little bit in terms of just a disappointing loss, perhaps, but they're not gonna start throwing around that whole 2-goal lead thing. 2-goal leads. Oh no. Detroit always gives up 2-goal leads, even though they did it twice in a single game. No one's gonna talk about that. But hey, it'll be about the Leafs, about how they didn't destroy Detroit earlier, or something like that. But there was still a lot of good, man. There was a lot of good all throughout that game, and it was fun to watch. Leslie knows what I'm talking about, right? Bunting, what a beauty. Bunting comes through big time, right? The king himself is what you're saying there, Jacob. Leslie saying Hattie for Bunts as well. I mean, I love this guy. You know what I mean? He's exactly the kind of role that Zach Hyman played. I'm not saying they're the same player or they play the same style or nothing, but they're fulfilling the same role, right? Which is that clutch guy to hang out with the big boys. They may not get a whole bunch himself, but he'll come through in big moments and have some great moments along the way. And tonight was one for sure. I wish he got that at home in front of people, and then they could have like thrown the hats and stuff, Hey, Petster. Hey, we're talking about the Bunting Hattie. I mean, come on, man. It was just great to see. You love guys who could score that way. Quick reflexes in front of the net. This is all I'm saying, guys. Like, look, I realize it looks really pretty to dangle through 4 guys and then put it top shelf, sorry. I know that looks great on guys like McDavid and whatnot. It does. I love it too. But I also have an almost equal appreciation for guys like Bunting that can stand in front of the net. We got a tip, we got a rebound out of the air, right? And we got a wild pass from Marner. I'm pretty sure it was a no-looker. Through feet and stuff, and he was just down in front, stick ready to go. We talk about it all the time, having to have your stick in front of the net, right, on the ice in front of the net, sorry, how important that is. We've been talking about it since I started watching hockey. And still, to this day, you'd be surprised how many pro players forget to have their stick on the ice the way Bunting did tonight. So, he earned it, man. He earned that hat trick. It was a beautiful thing to see. So, Bunting, for you, buddy. What a guy. He's fulfilling that role quite nicely. And then Marner with another straight power play goal. He goes almost 2 full years or whatever. I'm not getting a power play goal. Y'all start chirping him. And I don't mean you guys. I don't mean you. I mean the people watching this that don't have the guts to comment and hang out with us. You know what I'm talking about, them, right? They're going to be sitting there going, oh, he's trash. He hasn't scored in 2 years. And then he's just like, all right, fine. Like, geez, holy crap. You want me to score? I'll score then too, all right? So you gotta love it. You gotta love seeing Marner getting on the action with the power play goals as well. And then Tavares with an empty netter as well to just kind of launch it down ice. Might as well get one himself too. Why not? Hey, Copper, how you doing? My thoughts on Mrazek, okay, too, is just because I'm catching this right now, and I was going to talk about him anyways. I don't know if this guy's as good as people say he is, okay? And I'm not saying because it's a 4-goal night that was all his fault. Especially, I think it was the 3rd goal against, maybe the 4th now, I don't remember. But there was a shorthanded goal where the Leafs, they got the guy in the box. I mean, they're not going to be able to cover the passes as easily, but somebody went and just straight up blinded Mrazek, right? Just straight up blinded him. So there was no blame on that one. Now they got the other one Detroit did where they were coming down the wing and somebody was sliding in front of the net to try and block the pass. They had it quite nicely blocked. And Mrazek lets it go up over the glove, I believe it was. I think that was a Bertuzzi goal. I could be wrong. I don't really pay attention to Detroit. Nobody does. Oh! But, on that goal, I would say, come on, Mrazek. Like, you got to kind of have that one a little bit. They kind of had the pass blocked as perfectly as you could, for the most part. So mentally, he shouldn't even be worried about that. He's got to be ready for that shot. But, again, that goes to, here's another little analytic stat thing for you, all right? So goalies have been trained to drop down to the butterfly just out of instinct now. They don't even really wait most of the time, unless it's a really slow shot. The shot goes off, they drop, and then they deal with it. Why? Because statistically, goals have been scored in the bottom 2/3 of the net, right? Bottom 2/3 of the net most of the time. I don't know what the numbers are right now, but I'm willing to bet you that number has changed, or at least not be such a drastic difference between the top third of the net. Because guys are just going bar down all day. I mean, fourth liners can go bar down in this league now. It's no joke. So that stat that they were basing that whole goalie style on, right, was true at the time, but I think they've been playing the butterfly style, right, the quick to the ice, on the knee style for so long now, guys are just roofing it. And I felt like that's what happened to Mrazek on that one goal, right? That one goal especially. I don't know about the rest, but, streaking down the wing, pass is blocked, and he drops to the knees as soon as the puck goes down, or puck gets shot, and he can't get the glove up in time. He would have saved it if he had just stood up. If he had just never gone down, boom, it would have been like right here. It would have been like right here. Right? So Leslie might agree with me there. I'm telling you, I think the goalie style's probably got to change now. I think it's time that the goalie style changes a little bit. Let's get them to stay on their feet more and force them to have to react, not predict. Don't play the odds of going, 2/3, I'm going to go down. Because that only counts if the players don't know that that's your move. But the players all know now, man. Bar down all day, or off the post and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's hard for these guys to do it. They're more trained, they're more deadly. And I bet you that statistic has changed. So that's the problem with just sticking to statistics for too long, right? Eventually you have to do the thing that goes against the statistics so that you stand out. You're the outlier, all right? And then once you're the outlier, everyone wants to be you, and then everything changes over to your style. And then you gotta come up with another one. It's this ever-evolving thing. It's usually more of like a spiral kind of thing where every time it comes back around, they'll be fighting again, but it'll be a little different. Maybe it's not as much. Maybe it's different types of fights. So it's always a little bit different when it comes back around. It's never the same, but it expands out. Takes longer to come back around, too. Spiral out, baby. Spiral out, right? I need to see more of Mrazek before I can really decide what's going on with this guy. But at the same time, what I'm seeing right now, I'm not sold on. Everyone acted like this guy was a super, super goaltender. I didn't know much about him. So far, I don't think he's lived up to the hype that I heard. But who cares about the hype? Maybe the hype was just wrong. Like, it's not the guy's fault. He is who he is. So let's see more of Mrazek. Let's see how he goes. If he's going to be the backup too. I mean, he came away with a win. I don't care if your backup lets in 7 goals a game if you're winning every one of those games. I really don't. As a backup, you just get the wins whatever way you can. So, little one there for Mrazek. How about that? And that being said, like we just talked about as well too, there's certainly still plenty of room for defense improvement, right? And I can't stress this enough. You can pick up a defenseman all you want in a trade, right? But that's one guy. And I think the Leafs need to work on all guys just being more defensive when they need to be. There's no reason that Detroit should be scoring 4 goals tonight. There's no reason, right? They're not a horrible team, but the goal should always be to keep your team down to like 3 goals against or less. I'd even argue 2. In today's NHL, you better not be giving up any more than two goals against, because you just do not have the wiggle room anymore. You know what I mean? You go up 4-0 in this league, and it doesn't mean anything anymore. Not until you're like way down in the third period, right? A 4-goal lead, a 3-goal lead, a 2-goal lead. I mean, this stuff is not safe anymore in today's NHL. Scoring is up since record highs since 1997, like we talked about, right? So I think the strategy needs to be in the NHL. Tighten it up, man. Stop letting so many goals against. All right? Stop giving up so many goals against. And I think the Leafs and most of the teams in the league need to work on that. And until they do, I really, I keep saying I got nothing more to say on it, and then 5 games, 6 games go by, and I talk about it again. So I probably still have plenty to say on it, but I'd really like to not. You know what I mean? I'd really like to not have that much to say about defense in the NHL. I don't know why I hate it so much, I do. I hate the way the league is being played now defensively. So if Toronto fixes that first, I'm telling you, they're going to win cups. You're going to win cups. That's all the notes I pretty much have about tonight. You know what I mean? So now I want to get into what you guys are saying. Thank you very much for sticking around as always. Okay, I want to see what you guys are saying. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what I should include in the After Dark episode. You guys know I have the After Dark episodes on YouTube as well, right? Come on now. We're doing the YouTube thing. Subscribers have been going up a little bit lately, so thank you to anyone who's been following along and helping me out on YouTube. It's a free subscription, so unlike Twitch, hey, maybe come on over there and throw me a sub if you don't have one yet. You know what I mean? Twitch, YouTube, I'm here to use them both. I'm here to use them both. They both serve a purpose. None of this rivalry stuff. I'm here to mend bridges, okay? Build a better internet full of positivity, full of people like you. So thanks for following along. Thanks for subscribing when you do. All that good stuff. Instagram, it's been a lot of fun. Now, what are you guys saying? What did I miss?